Your paintings show the contrast and unity of hard and soft, taking inspiration from rough temperament and sensitive emotion. What's the story behind the piece you are presenting in the exhibition?
For this exhibition, I have chosen 3 artworks out of my collection Moje друзья. Moje друзья, which means in Russian, my friends. Here is the 4th one, Мой друг 4. They are abstract, although, to me, they are like little monsters. They have their mouth, they have their eyes, they are full of prickles, so they look quite offensive, although they also have something soft, something like a pet to me, so it's maybe something autobiographic to be soft and even offensive sometimes as well, with words.
At SKT, we teamed up with Wear from UK because we wanted to add sustainability as central theme of contemporary artistic research. It is something that cannot be ignored. Do you care about the environment and why?
Yes, I do care, as I believe it's the only appropriate thing to do as a human being. When I was 70 years old, I have decided to become vegetarian because I could not longer handle that animals had to die for my pleasure. So, and mostly and in the main decisions I make in my life, even spiritual, physical, emotional and mental, there's always some kind of sustainable thought underneath.
You are an avid writer and student of philosophy, and you wrote a book entitled The Transformation Called Art. It's time to smash the bullshit and perceive. We love this title. At SKT, we want to use and break boundaries as much as we can and make art accessible for everyone. How do you translate this into art? Is there a connection between the message in the book and your production?
The book I have written, It's Time to Smash the Bullshit and Perceive the Transformation Called Art, is a book I have written about the misunderstanding I came along with about art. Because there is no definition which can handle the determination of art. So I have digged in philosophy, as a student in philosophy. And I've used Nietzsche, Heidegger and Wittgenstein to try to solve this matter. So I look to art not to determine it as a word, but rather see it as a context where other qualities are instead. The second part of the book is the main philosophical one. It is based on the idea that every object is based on its purpose. So it's the question, what's the purpose of art? And maybe the purpose is also linked towards its context. Like we have some house, and in a house we find a kitchen. It's obviously that the kitchen is made to cook, but what if a kitchen would be standing on the street? How would that look like? Or even in a gallery or in a museum. Would it become art, or would it still be a kitchen to cook? That's the questions I ask in this book. The book is for free to read on my webpage, www.davidgijzen.be, so you're free to visit and free to read.
Can you share with us what do you do to be more conscious and live towards a zero-waste life in your own personal life?
Since the beginning of the Corona crisis, I became aware of living and what it meant for me to live. And I have chosen to design my own tiny house. I'm not building yet, but I'm sketching. So I want to live in a tiny house off the grid, so with all the essences from nature, so I don't any longer need materials or other stuff from the world.
Tell us one last thing, something you would like to say to the art community that is for you important.
The important thing about art in the future is to let go of our part of being individual. We need to release our ego, and we need to participate with other people. These other peoples are not necessarily artists. I would choose to to work with people who aren't artists instead. So we form one community and we work towards people and not towards galleries or museum, but we connect and we combine. So we form a social, human existence.